Hello everyone, hope all is going well and welcome to this new weekly market outlook video. As always, we start with looking at the economic calendar. As we can see, for next week we have no news on Monday, which means, like always, we don't trade because it's risky to trade when there's no news, because there's no volatility in the market. So it's better to wait for Tuesday, where we have high impact news events coming up at 10 a.m. New York time. So it's better to wait for that time and trade after that. Same goes for Wednesday and Thursday. And on Friday we have non-farm payroll, the biggest news event of the week. So I recommend not to open any trades before that, but wait for the news to happen and trade after that. And on Thursday, usually the Thursday before non-farm payroll, price can be a little choppy, so be aware. I usually don't trade on non-farm payroll Thursdays, so that's my recommendation. Do with it whatever you want. Let's dive into the charts. As we here see DXY, 2 weeks ago we swept sell-side liquidity over here, and we created a smart money technique SMT over here with the GBP, and since then we've been reversing and trading higher. And since there are no bearish cracks at the moment, I expect us to trade higher from here as well. I'm targeting this high from the 22nd of August at 98.8, and eventually I want us to trade higher into this daily balanced price range and maybe even higher until the 100 levels. So that's my point of interest for now for DXY. I expect no reversal to happen, maybe on the lower time frames, but zooming out I expect us to go higher for sure. Then for the euro it's exactly the opposite as for DXY. We create the SMT here with the GBP, because if you can see here for the GBP we created a lower high, where on the euro we created the higher high as you just saw. And after that we've been reversing and we're targeting lower prices here, targeting the sell side liquidity over here at 1.15 and maybe even lower to this balanced price range over here. Balanced price range is basically a overlapping inverse fair value gap and a fair value gap on the daily time frame. And there's a lot of sell side liquidity resting below here and here, so I expect price to move towards that area when no bullish cracks occur. So for euro I'll be looking for shorts, but let's see what the market delivers, and especially after non-farm payroll we'll see whatever happens. Then let's move over to Bitcoin. Bitcoin did exactly what we expected this week. When you see last week's video, I expected Bitcoin to drop this week like really fast, and it's exactly what it did. We respected the weekly inverse fair value gap over here. We traded with the bodies below it on the weekly time frame, and also respected this weekly fair value gap after creating the smart money technique with Ethereum, where Bitcoin looks way weaker than Ethereum. So I'll be definitely targeting these lows over here at 107k, and maybe we can trade even lower to below the 100k levels. And if you look at Ethereum over here, you can see that we now trade into a weekly order block overlapping with a fair value gap. So this is a potential area where we can reverse, but if no bullish cracks happen, I expect us to trade lower nevertheless. So for now my bias is still bearish for the crypto markets, but let's see if any bullish cracks happen. We might reverse, but that's something to keep in mind. But for now, if I have to trade crypto, gun to my head, I would say we'll trade lower. Then the last market is gold. What we're seeing, gold once again made new all-time highs. Gold is, when you zoom out to the daily time frame, it's really been rising for the past like month, and silver as well. At the moment silver is way stronger than gold. We recently created another cracking correlation at the lows over here, where it made a lower low on gold and a higher low on silver. And after that you see that silver, the asset creating the higher low, like displays really sharply to the upside, while gold still consolidated a little bit and didn't rise that hard as silver did. But I still expect for next week up gold to reach this buy side liquidity area over here and create once again new all-time highs. But Let's see if we have any obvious bearish cracks happening for gold, between gold and silver. I'm curious to look for shorts as well, because we've been rising, building a lot of sell-side liquidity, and this sell-side liquidity has to be taken at some point, so something to keep in mind. That was it. That really was the analysis for all the markets. Thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe to this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.